Last time on The Ties That Bind. In order to finish their mission and deliver their message to the Archmage, Asmo, Daenerys, and Wolfgang faced the interrogation of Inquisitrix Vileblood. Through her poking and prodding and a little assistance from Ramses Palto, the Grand Vizier of Mitternacht, they were cleared for their audience with the Archmage. The intimidating presence of Jimothy Blackward, the Archmage of Mitternacht, of these are the Archmage and Monarch of these northern lands, was felt in contrast to his overall welcoming demeanor. The Lich took their message and thanked them for their journey, declaring this millennia-long war over. All was not well for our heroes, however, as they learned their friend Fezziwig had gone missing, and furthermore found evidence that the murderous yet candid drow named Yu was stalking about the city. Choosing to track down the drow, they investigated and tracked him to the warehouse district, only to realize, too late, that it was a trap. Yu and his cohorts kidnapped the trio and dropped them in a cold, dark room, surrounded by yet more drow and at the foot of a throne, occupied by a man with skin of black, void smoke, and a radiant skeleton that shone through. So, you're the assholes that broke my bone, Lord, he says to you as you are currently still trying to adjust to the situation you're in.
To be fair, it was really hard to do that.
Well, at least there's that, so come on. What did it look like? Was it cool?
It was a big old skeleton.
Yeah, I know. I
It was
know
about
it's a big skeleton.
It's 10 feet tall. It had
Okay.
4 arms.
4 arms. All right, cool.
Yeah, and it was really annoying to fight.
How?
It just had wide reach. Like it could get like.
Osmo's really awkward right now, obviously, because he's surrounded by everybody. So Osmo's like, he's like, could like swipe like this or like that, and
The hell of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
The weak spot was behind its head. I kind of jumped in there and I just got him.
Okay, so you're the one that killed him.
Like finishing blow. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I should really kill you. Asmo, you feel an arrow dig into the back of your shoulder. As one thing that you don't see on this map is there is another balcony of drow above you, and it looks like there's hundreds of them. And this arrow digs into you, dealing 11 damage. And he looks like instantly the guy looks up. I said should! He points up to where the arrow came from. You see a green bolt of energy flash out of his finger, and then a drow up in the corner just collapses to the ground. Jesus Christ, all day with this. He snaps his fingers and points over. You! Go get that arrow out of him. Yes, sir. And you see a familiar drow kind of like walk down the stairs. Kind of walks over to you, Asmo, pulls out the arrow. Sorry. Don't apologize, you. I take back my apology, asshole. And then starts walking back, just kind of like looking at you, kind of mouthing the word sorry as the master doesn't see him.
Was that the drow that we actually met in the cabin?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's actual you, Y-U-U.
Yeah, he snapped his fingers, pointed at him, and said, you.
Oh, the one who just pulled it out was the guy I met in the bar.
No, it was not.
Oh, was you himself?
Yeah, that was you. That was the one that you've been dealing with.
Who's on first?
Me. You.
Fucking all day with this bullshit. A few seconds later, you hear some like shifting up in the top, and you hear kind of a moan as the one that he zapped stands back up. None of the other drow make a move, although now they are less ready to fire upon you. You know, I've been dealing with this bullshit for a long time now, and you just gotta come back here and break my toy. So I gotta know, what? Why? Why'd you do it? I'm just trying to have a little goddamn fun here. Speak the fuck up!
Okay. We want we're just looking to see what happened to the missing cows, and we just follow the path to the freaking crypt, and there's just all these skeletons milking cows, and we're like, what's going on? And the way he is was just like, I can't say. And we're like,
who?
The guy who was in charge of that,
Oh, yeah.
the one who just pulled my arrow out.
That was him? All right.
And we're just like, what's going on? He's like, I can't say. And we're like, well, come on, man. Like, it was awkward. And then we're like, can we have the cows back? He's like, no. Well, I'm like, what are we at? We're at a bit of an impasse here. And I don't know who took the first swing, but I mean, you in for a penny, in for a pound, right?
Yeah, we were just happy to get the cows back.
Yeah.
All right. And you couldn't fucking wait?
It was really weird.
Well, it looked like some sort of ritual was going on, and also your man over there was threatening the townsfolk.
So? What? I mean, they fucking come back. It's not like, there are any shortage of you people. I mean, yeah, sure, sometimes it takes a while, and trust me, it's gonna take a lot fucking longer now. But yeah, they come back. They say like, oh, look, land, I'm gonna move in here. I'm gonna stand right there. Fucking cockroaches.
I mean, sorry for ruining your fun, but like 3 jackasses could take it down. Could deal with some improvement, I guess.
Look, I don't make this shit to kill things. I make it because I'm fucking bored. Okay? And he kind of like stands up, kind of shoves that drow that was in front of him aside with his boot. Starts walking down. I know, it's something fucking bothering me about you guys. Something that smells off about you. I can't place it. Oh, I know, he says as he's kind of like walking around you slowly. You smell like dragons. Huh. Did that gold piece of shit send you up here?
Not the gold one, no.
Oh. Well, was it the fucking pansy-ass bronze one, or?
No, but that one slapped him in the face, and Asmo points at Wolfgang.
He stops in front of you, Wolfgang. You just took it, didn't you?
Yeah.
So he's like kind of staring you in the eyes. You're looking at him as he's got that like swirling galaxy going on in his eyes, and he's just like almost mesmerizing as you stare into it. Something about you. Come back to that, but there's something else. You smell like my brother and my sister.
What?
Who's your brother and sister?
What? Don't even tell me you don't even know what I am by now.
You're the man.
If you don't know who they are, then why the fuck should I tell you?
You're the man in black and white.
Sure, go with that one.
Well, you weren't given any other names. If you'd like to enlighten us.
Nah. Just keeps pacing like back and forth around you, eventually starts heading back up the stairs. See, this really sucks because now I have to figure out what to do with you. Sits back down in his chair, snaps his finger, and that other drow kind of crawls back and gets under his feet. May as well find out. Why are you here? I mean, obviously, you're here from, my desire for you to be here, but why the fuck were you in that town getting rid of my goddamn Bone Lord to begin with?
Just passing through.
It's literally a moment of convenience.
Don't fucking lie to me.
We're not lying. We were literally just passing through.
We were just traveling with a couple of people, and then we got to town, we split up, and we went on.
Perhaps you don't fucking understand. I get it. You came up here. Why?
We were supposed to deliver a message.
Courier
Fuck.
job, more or less.
Okay, so you're couriers. You're couriers who decided to fucking exterminate my fun.
Well, we're couriers by necessity. We aren't. It's not our main job.
We had a time frame where we could do the job, and we managed to fit in a couple little side stops along the way, and this happened to be one of them.
Very interesting. He snaps his fingers, points over. You, who are these guys anyway? Like, what do I call them? Like, the drow you know as you stands forward. Through what I have gathered, they are referred to as the human is Wolfgang Connolly, the cat is Denier Highwind, and the snake is known as Asmo. The snake and human also go by Mr. White and Mr. Black, from what I found. Huh.
You've been following us for a while.
I'm just doing my job.
So you said. So you said.
Denier here is writing a book.
Fascinating.
Okay.
He looks at you, Asmo. Like, you can see his eyes just kind of like staring over you. Starts kind of like waving his finger. You. I like your flesh.
What? What did he say?
I like your flesh.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then he looks at you, Denier. I ain't never seen one of your type. I like your skeleton. Can I have it?
I would prefer to keep it if at all possible.
Yeah. You see, like, I want to take his flesh and put it on your skeleton, and I just want to see, like, you know, see it like walk around. Like, what the hell would that look like? And as I am saying it, it sounds stupid, but I still really want to see how that would turn out. Can we make that happen? He looks over. Probably, sir. Perfect. Don't deal in probablys, though. You make it happen.
That'd be interesting. Snake walking around like a cat.
That's what I'm thinking. See, like, maybe, especially if we can get, like, the ears to fit. Like, those don't got bones in them, right? And you notice that when he opens his mouth, the radiant skeleton from within him, his teeth actually shine a light. And you go ahead and make a perception check. Like, his teeth are like a massive light cantrip.
It's going to be a 21.
Oh,
23.
For Denier.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm. Oh, using a touchpad. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh yeah, baby. Let's do this shit. What's mine? I don't know what I clicked, and that is a 20.
All right. You all notice this, that as like whenever he opens his mouth and shows his teeth, a lot of the drow around have to kind of avert their eyes because it like hurts them.
Okay.
He's now looking at you more, Wolfgang. Wait a minute. Now I know what's bugging me about your ass. You're one of Dad's favorites, aren't you? Yeah.
You'll have to be more specific. I've only got one dad.
He's a god.
He points to Denier. See, this one's fucking getting it. Glad you're the one writing the book.
Oh my god, I can't believe everyone's gods.
Asma just almost like cringing, like, oh.
That makes 5 then. So what are you the god of?
5. 5 gods? Excuse me. Okay. I smelled my brother and sister on you. What have you met?
Stories, debauchery, bleeding.
Bleeding?
Apparently he's a new one.
Or an old one, depending.
You and I think this father you're talking about, White.
Ah, so you do fucking know him. So that's it. Came up here to kill me, didn't you?
Well,
He kicks that drow aside again and just kind of steps forward. Well? Huh? Come to finish the fucking job?
We were told to avoid you at all cost if we can.
That's smart advice. Obviously not being followed.
Yeah, that was from
Well,
the
we were
Bronze
sort of-
Dragon. That was from the
sort of-
Bronze Dragon.
Hey, we wouldn't have been here if you didn't kidnap us. And you, by you, I mean him. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him.
He's just kind of standing there open-armed. Well, here's your shot. If you want to kill me, go for it. Wouldn't be the first time you've tried. Huh? Come on, take your best goddamn shot.
Sort of bound, actually.
You're actually not.
I'm not bound?
No, you're not bound. You were in a net. Now you are just kind of like out of it.
Oh, so we're just sitting in chairs or we're standing?
You're kind of on your knees, or you could be standing. Doesn't really fucking matter.
Are they gonna shoot me if I try? I mean, I don't really want to kill you. I mean, we just met after all.
You have my explicit orders not to shoot this man if he tries to kill me.
That'd be very dumb to do.
I agree. I think he wants to prove a point more than anything, though.
Why don't you show him your magic gun?
Wolfgang whips out Requiem and points it at him.
Really? Mortal weaponry? This is what we've resorted to. I mean, it's a fancy one, sure, but...
You wanted this.
Okay.
You told me to take my best shot, and you're in
Yeah,
charge.
if this is your best shot, just kind of rolls his eyes.
You're in charge here.
Go for it.
Yes, it's a bad idea.
All right, I cast True Strike.
Yeah, you point at him. You got advantage on your next attack roll. And go ahead and roll whenever you're ready. You cock Requiem. And fire out with whatever you want to fire with.
I'm going to fire out with Guiding Bolt.
Go for it.
I'm going to fire Guiding Bolt out of my gun. Hee-haw. Natural 20.
Natural 20 Guiding Bolt. Hell yes. Roll that damage. As a massive blast of radiant energy comes flying out of this gun. It seems to swirl in the air and intersect with itself. And boom!
It's going to be 8 plus 5, 14, 28.
Oh my
39.
god.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. Hell yeah.
Flex tape ain't fixing that.
All right, so that's...
Does it work underwater?
That is 28 plus 20, 28 plus 29. That's 57 plus 13. So that's 70 damage. As you blast him, this comes out and just smokes him square in the goddamn face. So, like, all of the drow in the room are, like, covering their eyes from this brilliant blast of radiant energy. This echoing, shattering sound just rings through the room. And as it comes down, the man actually looks a little bit surprised. His face is like a little singed, and you can see a bit more of the bone than usual as his skin begins to waft over and cover it.
Asmo whistles.
Wolfgang sort of takes a little bit of a bow and then dispels Requiem. That was my best shot.
Good to fucking know. Ain't felt that in a bit.
And like I said, I'm not here to kill you.
Clearly. He sits down, a little bit taken aback by the power that you displayed there. Doesn't call for the other drow to come back. He just kind of sits, like, with one leg over the other, puts his thumb up to his chin, just kind of, like, rests his head there. Just looks over you. Very interesting. So you said you met a bleeding god?
That's what he's referred to as far as we know. Well, these two have got more of a hands-on experience than I do. I just kill what it spawns.
I think I saw him one time.
Okay, so you think you see a god. Look,
What was the spell cast on me again, Nick? The one that made me see it.
Hunger of Hadar, but you don't know what it's called.
This guy we fought, he cast some kind of shadow thing over me. I couldn't see inside it. Could have just walked out of it. I heard a weird sound and activated a light spell. Just, on a scroll. And I saw the most horrifying thing I think I've ever seen. Everywhere just dripping with blood. And an eyeless creature rushing right at me. Tendrils everywhere. Duh. Anyway, suffice to say, something otherworldly.
Just kind of he seems like he's kind of shrugging. I don't fucking know. Ain't never seen that shit. I do feel like I got a good read on people, though. I do still want your flesh. Kind of looks over at you, Osmo.
Nah, I'm still not done making it better.
I'm gonna think on that one. I'm sorry, I am smelling something fucking weird on you though. Like you kind of points at you, Denier. You got something dense, something magic-y, something I haven't. Well, out with it.
Denier reaches into his pouch. He pulls out one of the gems, and he attaches it to the top of his staff. Probably this.
That shit.
It's one of the primary reasons why we engaged with your man. We believe that
now
he
we're
was
getting to the fucking bottom of it.
We believe that he was a part of the Bleeding God's cult. After we discovered that he and you have nothing to do with it, we've made a business to stay out of your business. Our quarrel is with them, not you.
And you think this thing is part of some bleeding god?
Linked with it, yes.
All right.
I see him whenever I touch them.
Oh, do you? What do you see?
I see a great white tree, bark chalk white, that seeps blood, roots in a knotted bloody mess, standing within an ocean of blood. Each night, it brings my consciousness to its realm. I don't know what it wants. I don't know what it can do. But its minions cover this land. And across our journey, we've been taking them out one by one.
You see, as you started describing this stuff, that his face went from this, I don't give a fuck, let's hear what these assholes have to say kind of demeanor to more of a stern and serious focus on you.
Do I still have my inventory?
Yeah, you guys have all your shit.
All right, well, I'm going to pull out the Cleritrix skull. This is one of them.
It's like a human with horns. He snaps and points over. You. Yes, sir. Go grab that.
Essentially.
And the drow known as you steps up and holds his hands out.
Take it. I got my use out of it.
Kind of walks back up and steps up next to his master and hands it to him.
That one was a slain magic blood, which was brought back from the dead through a ritual, and by use of the Bleeding God's power, corrupted into this thing. We ended up killing her back in Cold Reach.
Had some sort of mental magics capable of enthralling people. We called it a Cleritrix.
It's a weird fucking name, but whatever.
Her
You
name
find
was
it,
Clara.
you call it. So he examines the skull for a little bit. And you can see as it does, it starts to kind of like glow a little bit. One of those magic bloods, huh? That they're all pissy up there about.
For whatever reason.
Yep.
Kind of sets it on the ground. I'll have fun with that later. But for right now, what to do about you three? Because, I mean, whether or not you wanted to or not, you fucked with me, and that hurts.
Well, how do we unfuck with you?
Well, I'm taking his bones, and probably going to be taking your flesh, but... I don't know. Obviously, points over at you, Wolfgang. Just by nature of your existence, gotta kind of kill you.
That's unfortunate.
It really is.
Yeah, I didn't want to die.
Yep. Nobody ever really does.
Can I do a perception check to look behind us?
Yeah, go ahead.
Not performance. There we go. It's gonna be a 6.
You're afraid of kind of breaking eye contact with him or like looking around or doing anything too suspicious. So like the most you get is you don't necessarily think there's anybody guarding the door behind you, but you can't quite see down the hallway.
All right.
You know what? I want some alone time with Snake Boy here. So
What?
points over you. And I don't know, some of you others. Take these down to the holding cell with that other one. Just until I figure out what I want to do with them. Yes, sir. And you just kind of nods and walks over. Another one walks over to kind of like flank you, Denier, and another one walks down. Another one walks down. Come along. And he basically asks you two to kind of like step forward.
We're going forward towards him.
Out this door back here.
Okay.
And as you move in, like the two kind of like flank behind you and start following you as the other two start going ahead of you. And they start leading you down this hallway. The two in back throw some bags over your heads as the other two lead you forward. So you don't quite know where you're going. But they lead you down and away. All right, Snake, step forward. Over here, middle. I don't like turning my head.
Asmo just shrugs it off and steps over.
I like to think of myself as a pretty good read of people. Now, I could take your flesh here and now, but... I could also take it later. Like you said, you're still making it better?
I am. Just recently discarded my skin a few days ago, as a matter of fact, at the hot springs.
Oh, so it just kind of pops off as it does then.
It
Interesting.
takes a while to grow back, depending.
Fair enough. I'll keep that in mind. But I think you and we might be able to come to some sort of arrangement here. See, I've been looking for somebody for a good long while here, and God help me, none of the people I send up top can fucking do it. See,
What is? Sorry.
well, what would you do if you had a subordinate who just decided to up and leave one day and take one of your favorite treasures? What would you do?
Well, I gauge this. Is their usefulness worth more than the treasure itself?
Not to me. Don't fucking care. They can go fucking die. Now,
Then
what
you'd
would
go-
you do?
What would I do? Someone. One of two things. Has this ever happened before?
Nah. Nobody gets away from me.
And you make an example of them.
Tried that.
Didn't work.
They ain't got their eyeballs no more. I got them. Kind of pull like he motions over to the footstool dwarf footstool drow. Hand him up. Hey, buddy. Holds up a jar that has like 2 eyeballs in it. How you fucking doing, you fucking traitor as fuck? Puts him back down. He can't hear me, but I like to assume he can read lips.
Throw some more eyes in there, maybe. Have a whole jar of it. A jar of the people who personally fucked with you.
Yeah, see, he's only got the 2. And I only really give a shit about this one guy. But,
Okay.
You seem to bear a resemblance to somebody that might have contact with him. So, I'm going to ask you here and now, what the fuck do you know about the Deadeyes?
How did you know that I know about the Deadeyes?
I have my fucking ways. Now go.
This ain't the time to fucking skirt it, I guess. My brother and me, when we were younger a couple of years back, not birth, but just a kid. Streets, you find who you can find. And we had an opportunity to join the Deadeyes, and we went to a meeting, and a bunch of them were standing around, and we heard initiation was rough.
Oswald's like, Oswald's not liking talking about this.
He doesn't care. He also doesn't seem to care about what you know about their intricacies.
They pretty much, they had an opportunity to join, but for only one person. And they said
I'm taking it it's not you.
No. They're only taking one, and no one else can know anything, so my brother stabbed me right in the fucking back, right through my stomach, and left me to die right then and there. And I swear to God, nothing else matters until I get to stab him in the front. His name was Deus.
So he got a fucking name. Well, you, what was it? Ah, fuck, he's not there. Points over at the other corner. You, what was his name? The one of the drows here left. Asmo?
Yes.
Asmo. I think I'm a good judge of character. And I think right now, more than anything else, you want to live.
Yeah. Pretty much the number one thing on my priority list right now.
Figured as much. So, just to give an example of how good a judge of character I am, these guys in here, all loyal, except for fucking one of them. And a bunch of the drow start looking left and right. Now, I guess 2 people here aren't loyal. See, that motherfucker up there kind of points up to a corner. That's an assassin. What, you here to kill me too? And like everybody kind of shifts their heads and looks over. And this man in a cloak, very similar to all the drow's cloak, just kind of like looks left and right and just kind of shakes his head. Then why the fuck you here? The character points down to you, Asmo.
Perception check.
Go ahead.
Oh my goodness me. Perception, come on, baby. 23.
Through the cloak, you can see that same milky white eye you remember from the person who stabbed you in the bed.
You're the son of a bitch who tried stabbing me in my goddamn sleep, huh?
So let me get this fucking right. You decided that so you've been tracking this asshole here, and you thought maybe you'd ambush them, but there was not any better time for this. And here's where we will bring in Dupre. Connor, feel free to play your old character here.
So let me get this straight. Dupre was tracking Asmo this whole
tracking all of you guys this whole time. And he knew that the drow had, like, he saw the drow kidnap him, and he just kind of followed, and he had a contact in here and let him in. Also, that asshole over there is the one that let him in. Just kind of points over, and one of the drow up in the corners, like, standing kind of opposite Dupre, is like, sir, I don't... He zaps that same green electric bolt at that drow. See, I don't give a shit that he lied, or I don't give a shit that he did. I just can't fucking stand that he fucking lied about it. And the dude falls to the ground and stands back up again like that other drow that he did the same thing to.
What am I armed with right now?
You, me, and Dupree.
Yep, Dupre. He has the same shit that he had last time. He's got his rapier, his short bow. You should still be able to access the character sheet.
Yep, I see it.
Feel free to add yourself to full health, though.
Not here for you. I'm here for
Fancy.
him.
Well, this ought to be fun. Tell me, you want to get out of here alive too, right? I'm assuming.
As long as I get my mission done. I don't care what happens.
Then I will give you an option here. I'll give you a chance to kill this son of a bitch right here, right now. But I want your fucking boss. I want his fucking balls on a platter so that I can resurrect him and kick him every goddamn time I want, and he'll fucking feel it!
Who sent you? You're one of the dead eyes, aren't you?
Who did send me?
You were given a contract through a third party that basically that shit that you went and spent all your time trying to steal was stolen in and of itself, and the party that initially wanted this shit really wants it. And now, basically, it sent you to kill him.
Are you here? The day who sent you? You find out I'm not actually dead and want to hide his shame. Come on down here and take a shot at me, One Eye.
That's private information.
Oh, I bet it is. I bet it is. Fucking dead eyes. Asshole spits. You think you're all that, you fucking... Just a club that thinks it's a little too fucking cool.
Alright, this should be fun.
Asmo pops up on one of his health potions real fast here. That's 2d4 plus 4.
Yeah. And Dupre hops down off the banister. Cloak kind of floating back as he does.
Yeah, he's silent this whole time as well. Oh, I keep opening Wolfgang's sheet.
It's okay. Force of
It's all
habit.
good.
7. So I'll just add 7 to my health.
The man in black kind of snaps his fingers as and points to his cup as another drow comes over and pours him some more wine. Or you don't know exactly what it is, but it's a red liquid that he pours into a chalice. Then the drow runs back. All right, this should be interesting. Fight for my amusement, and the winner gets to fucking leave.
Fine by me. Asmo just like pretty much slams his hands together and just pulls out the fire ant dagger and then says frostbite. And then pretty much has the blades come out of his hand.
You gave up frostbite, didn't you?
No, I got it back.
He got it back.
Oh.
It was his gift from the Archmage.
Ah, come on. And Asmo
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just going to double check real fast here. Just checking against one thing. Just want to make sure that I can yeah, I still have that. Good. Okay.
And then as he's like taking a sip of his drink, fight! Roll initiative.
Ballin'. This is neat, Nick.
Oh boy, here we go.
Just me and Dupree. I don't even know his name. Natural 20.
Woo!
Natural 20.
Oh no!
Okay, which what are each of your dex scores?
Oh god.
18.
18.
All right, I need each of you to roll me a d20. Just so we can get this solved.
Just a simple roll 20.
Simple d20.
4. Damn it!
All right. Dupre takes the initiative as you are igniting your weapons. So Dupre, your move first.
All right. Do I still have the purple death that I crafted?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to pop that out, and I'm going to coat my dagger with it.
All right.
Fucking poison, huh?
Silent.
Now, is that your cunning action or your action?
That'll be my action. My cunning action will be to. Are there any like pillars or anything? Any shadowy areas?
You are standing behind a pillar currently. It does not look like there are a whole lot of great places to hide, but it is a dark room, and you're thinking that if you can lose sight of him, maybe you can hide.
All right. Well, then he'll lurch forward, like he's about to dash towards him, and then he'll shift to the side, and he'll run behind this pillar. And I'm going to use my cunning action to hide.
Yeah, just trying to use your cloak to mask your direction. Go ahead and roll your stealth.
27.
Roll perception against it.
Oh boy. Me roll perception?
Yeah.
Oh man.
What's up, baby?
I'm gonna kill you.
23.
All right, you kind of lose track of him as he shifts behind the pillar, but it is now your turn, I believe, Asmo.
Asmo's gonna ready an action. Pretty much.
What action are you readying?
Second he tries to touch me. Right, I'm immediately.
Okay, so you're going to use use a reaction to make a counterattack, basically.
Not even counterattack, to move out of the way, to avoid him.
Okay, so you're taking a defensive action.
Yeah, defensive action.
Okay, so that will mean that your first attack will be at disadvantage. Yeah, so this can't be a sneak attack, technically.
Yeah. I'm trying to prevent myself from being snuck attack.
All right.
Asmo pretty much just stands there and just readies his weapons, and he goes pretty much. Asmo crouches down to like a Slav squat pose with his weapons to both of his sides, just waiting for him to move.
Eyes darting back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dupre, you can see that as you're kind of peering around this corner, he is being very cautious of you. You can tell that you're probably not going to be able to catch him completely off guard, but at the very least, you can still hit him.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to pull out a flask of oil.
Okay.
And I'm going to toss it at him.
All right. Roll. I think it's just a dex check plus proficiency.
So, dexterity plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a 19.
That will hit Asmo as a jar of oil crashes about you. And
wouldn't that be at disadvantage because I'm in a dodge action?
But he's also in stealth, which gives him advantage. They cancel out.
Okay. So the oil smashes over my head.
Yeah, the oil starts leaking down around you. And I will give you a reflex, a dexterity save to realize that you might need to... I don't know. Is there anything that you would like to do as soon as this oil clatters about you? Because this is going to depend on what check I'm going to have you make.
One thing that Asmo will do immediately is grab his, the bandana around his neck.
Okay.
That he has around his neck. He's just going to grab it and wipe it immediately off his head and just throw it to the ground.
With which hand? They are each holding a weapon.
That is... Oh, I can't hold it with ice. Ah, damn it. Okay, sorry, one second. Let me think. Sorry, I was not expecting this at all right now.
Yeah, neither was I.
Asmo is just gonna... He's just gonna wipe the oil off on his on his wrist. The
Which
ice
wrist?
The ice wrist.
Okay. So now you realize the issue that you're having, right?
Yep.
So since your initial reaction was not to deflame the dagger, I need you to make an intelligence check.
Oh. Ew. Shit. Man. That's a 4.
All right, you are ignited.
Damn. That was. I just didn't. I didn't know the dagger was actually on fire. I thought it was just hot.
It is a burning dagger.
Oops.
All right, you take 4 fire damage as you ignite with flames.
That's a reaction. Can I run right at the motherfucker? Now that I see him?
You were using a defensive action.
Ah,
So.
shit. Alrighty.
While he's distracted by that, I am going to run over to the opposite pillar and cutting action hide once more.
All right. Go ahead and roll your stealth.
13.
All right, Asmo, roll perception with disadvantage as you are currently ignited.
Oh, Asmo's mad as hell, and he is going to take this a little bit more, and that's a nat 1. Yeah, I'm on fire, baby.
Yeah, you've completely lost track of him as you're like currently just spinning out, and the the man of black and white just kind of sitting up there. Fuck. Kind of like just drinking. All right, Asmo, it is your turn.
Fuck, I'm so sorry.
I don't see him, right?
You don't see him. Right now, you are preoccupied with the fact that you are burning.
Can I deactivate my flame dagger, and I immediately grab the bandana around my neck, and I just pat out the flames immediately.
All right. I will allow you to take your action to to suppress the fire. You can move your cloak and stuff and just kind of douse yourself.
Asmo's actually going to take off his overcoat, essentially. Asmo's going to... For flavor, can Asmo rip off his shirt right now?
Yes.
Asmo rips off his shirt. You see his... When he does that because of the flames and shit. And you just see in the center of Asmo's chest a scar. Right in the middle of his... right around where his heart should be. Or right below his sternum, essentially. You tell something got shoved right through there. And on his back, it's even more nasty looking.
All right. You still have a move action and a bonus action.
Asmo runs up and just jumps up onto the dais right in front of the man in black. I hope you don't mind the show getting way too close.
He just kind of leans back. Proceed.
And Asmo activates his flame dagger again. Come on and fight me! Or do the Deadeyes have you do nothing but the dirty jobs?
Dupree is silent.
Yeah, you're not sure what pillar he's hiding behind.
So Asmo's keeping his eye on both pillars.
All right, Dupre, it is your turn.
All right, seeing as how this weird slippery snake man has elevated his position, Dupre is going to pull out his short bow and take a shot at him.
All right. Go ahead and roll to hit.
18.
That's going to hit Asmo.
That hits Asmo.
All right.
And this is with sneak attack.
Sneak attack
Seriously?
and assassinate, if I believe.
Yes, actually. Well, I mean, he's stealthed.
I'm stealthed.
But with this, you are now going to know where he is.
Good.
So go ahead and roll your damage.
I don't want to do this. That's gonna be 24 damage.
Fucking hell.
24 damage.
Jesus Christ. Alright.
As a short bow arrow pierces you straight between a couple of ribs. You feel it sink into one of your kidneys.
Damn, I'm down to 17 HP. Fuck.
Can I use my bonus action to use an item?
Yeah, you could use your cunning action too.
All right. In that case, I'm going to use my cunning action to reach into my pack, grab a handful of ball bearings, and scatter them all over the floor.
All right.
for fuck's
Ball
sake.
bearings are a 15-foot? I think.
I'm not totally sure. Hang on.
Pretty sure that's right. So, bam, this area is now considered difficult terrain.
All right, that'll be it for my turn. I'm shaking right now.
There
All right,
is
what's
there will be resolution for this one way or the other. Trust me.
All right, I gotta try to figure out what distance is right now here. No snapping. So just... Beautiful. Osmo can make it, just barely.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's 10 feet. But I will adjust that here.
Asmo, I see. I clearly saw him throw all the ball bearings out. Asmo, is Asmo's turn now?
Yes, it is Asmo's turn.
Asmo jumps on the corner of the dais and runs around completely runs around the actual area he threw up as fast as he can, and is right up beside Dupree now. And, oof. And
yeah,
Asmo's-
doing like an initial D, he like skirts around this corner.
And I literally grab onto the side of the pillar and swing around, and I start wailing on this guy.
All right, roll to hit.
I hit with Frostbite first. 23.
That'll definitely hit.
9. And now, I ain't done yet, because guess what? Asmo's also going to be activating Action Surge at the same time.
Well, you also still have your initial bonus action here, or your bonus attack too.
It
So
is
feel
true.
free to swing with your second attack before you.
Action Surge? I thought I had to
before
declare
your
now.
action surge.
And
you,
then
you can declare it. Like that'll be
I
your
declare-
bonus action for the
I
turn.
declare now Action Surge. 10.
That won't-
10,
and
I
I-
believe.
No,
yeah,
that
10
doesn't
misses.
And another Frostbite hit, because I got 3 attacks.
You actually have 4 attacks with action surge, I think,
Okay, good.
because you also have your extra attack. Don't forget.
Yeah. 16?
Hang on. I think my AC is actually off a little bit.
Good, it can be low.
God, I'm shaking because of this. I don't want to lose Dupree at the same time. I don't want to kill Asmo. All right, AC 11, and my armor class is my dexterity plus my proficiency.
Dexterity plus your armor plus 10.
Apparently, I get, for my Action Surge, I actually get 5 attacks, because
Oh,
it doubles my
that's-
base attacks.
Yes,
and then,
that's
like,
right. That's right.
That's-
You double your
that's
base
correct,
attacks,
then.
and then you get your extra attack.
That's correct
yeah,
then. Yeah,
that'll
hits
hit.
16. All right. 6 plus 2. Asmo ain't done
Another
yet,
8
though.
damage.
Asmo, Crabbing Fire Ant, slamming it in. 23.
That'll hit.
8 fire damage. I got... Oh, man. And that's 4 attacks now I've done?
Yep. Yeah, 2 misses, or yeah, 1 miss and 2 hit, or yeah,
3
1
hit.
miss and 3 hits.
And Asmo with 1 more from Frostbite right to his damn face, and that is 18.
That
Yep.
also hits.
And that is 8 more damage. Just dicing to this guy.
And then I think you get 1 more bonus attack.
It doesn't matter.
What?
Dupree is down.
Yeah, you basically that last, you punch the ice dagger forward and it goes straight through his neck. Dupree starts clutching as he starts to feel the blood dripping out. And he collapses onto the ground.
Master.
Asmo pulls him in close.
Say what you want right now. Closer.
Asmo's actually holding him pretty much.
Yeah, Asmo's got you basically like clutching you and just like nearly cradling you
All right. Am I
Assassin's Creed style.
Am I seeing? Am
As
I
you're-
seeing him?
You can see Asmo with one eye, but in the other eye, it's starting to kind of glow white. The eye that you lost.
You would have made a good one.
And I spit blood in his eyes.
Asmo
Asmo, you
turns
wipe
with the
that-
Asmo, without skipping a beat. I'm sorry. I just take, because my blade was still in his throat, and Asmo shoves it up as far as it will go.
Yeah, you just kind of rend it out. And as your vision fades to black, you see a hall of white. You're not sure what's around you there, Dupree. But you hear a female voice. You've traveled far. Come, let's talk.
Immortation.
Yes.
So be it.
And you start to walk down the long white hallway.
Mhm.
Asmo, we cut back to you in the throne room.
Asmo's dragging his body, and I pretty much throw it right in front of the dais.
In front of the throne.
More or less. Just I throw it in front of the throne.
Yeah, you kind of like shove it over the ball bearings and it slides down. You kick them out of the way as you move in. I didn't really trust him anyway, so good.
Asmo's gonna loot him. 1 second, don't mind me. Asmo starts looking through Dupree's shit. Did I find anything interesting?
Dupre currently.
None of it's terribly interesting.
Yeah, he's got a rapier, a short bow, a dagger, quiver. The ball bearings that he had, like you have a pouch that seems like they originally contained the ball bearings. It's got a little satchel full of some like first aid stuff, like bandages.
Yeah, I got a candle, a crowbar, a hammer, a lantern.
It's got a thumbtack for some reason.
That's cool. I mean, you mentioned you had poison. That's what I was looking for.
I put it on the
looks like
dagger.
he used it. The rapier seems to be soaked in this poison.
Yeah,
I think I need
did disregard the one purple death on there. I used that to poison the Lord, and the diluted purple death is what I used on my dagger. So I no longer have either of those.
Asmo just flips him over and looks at the dead eye.
The only thing that might be interesting might be the thieves' tools. I don't know if you have any of those.
I already have a set of these tools. Okay, I just
Okay.
wondered if there was something. But anyways, it's okay. Asmo just pretty much after that, Asmo just sits down, kind of in like that meditation pose. Shibata does that, and that's what Asmo does.
Jesus, I realized I had uncanny dodge. Oh well.
Oh damn! Yeah, that would have.
He uncanny dodges to the left. Oh wow!
Take it back now, y'all.
Oh, by the way,
Of course,
Connor,
that only would have been used on one of those attacks. I'm still pretty sure that his flurry would have.
Hey Connor.
Mhm.
I'm so fucking sorry. I had to kill him.
Now you know how I feel.
Asmo, I had to do it to him. Shut up. I heard that.
I mean, it was you or him. I didn't. So.
We hate you, Nick. We also love you, but we hate you.
Oh, I know. I'm here to make things interesting. So. Now maybe we can come to an agreement. Maybe you could help me out a little. And maybe I won't take your flesh just yet.
What do you have in mind?
I want to know where the leader of the Deadeyes is. And you're going to help me.
Sounds like that could work for me too.
Good. It works much better if we're working to both of our interests. Now, I do gotta decide on this a little bit. Maybe we can table this discussion for now. Also, I know you're using it right now, but I do still really, really want your flesh. When you're done with it, can I have it?
Sure. I wanted my skeleton to go to a local college anyways to scare kids.
Works for me. I don't really need your bones. All right, stand still. He points at you, and this like green flash of light flashes before you, and you take 18 damage
Oh, I'm knocked
as
out.
you begin to feel this searing pain course throughout your entire being. Your flesh begins to feel like it's boiling, and you black out due to the pain.
Oh,
But
God.
as you're going down, you hear, "What was it? Oh, fuck's sake. I need you to make a wisdom save for me here real quick, or a wisdom check. Yeah, wisdom save.
Oh, my goodness. What? Just... Oh, my God. A wisdom saving throw?
Yes.
8.
Okay. Asmo blacks out from the pain.
I got
and he
KO.
awakens
Yeah, there we go.
in a cell. Actually, hold on. Before you wake up, Asmo, we're gonna do this like you're not quite here yet.
Yeah, no worries. No worries.
Wolfgang, Denier, as you are brought down into a cell, your bags are ripped off your head. You says, make yourselves comfortable, I guess. And you see in the corner, as the door slams behind you, there is a broken and beaten Fezziwig. Just kind of sitting in the corner.
Fezziwig, what the hell are
Looks
you
up.
doing here?
You guys? What are... Did you follow me?
No, we were kidnapped.
Huh.
Are you hurt?
Yeah.
Just stay still for me. Let me just put away Dupre's character sheet, I guess.
I'm sorry.
Disregard that. That was an accident.
That was that mass. By the way, that arrow shot. I'm like, oh, now this is gonna hurt like a motherfucker. Damn, it was a lot of damage. Like 24 damage. Sweet Christ, you got a good shot there.
Oh, I realized it actually should have done more damage since I have assassinate. That was an auto crit.
Also, as you were on your way down here, they grabbed your bags and shit. Like you have no inventory right now, except for you still have access to Requiem since that's in an extra dimensional space.
Ah, beans. All right, I can make use of that. I'm going to use Healing Hands on Fezziwig.
Go for it.
He regains 5 hit points.
You can see some of the bruises start to kind of like mend on his face. Thank you. So what? You were kidnapped.
Sort of. Guy who runs the place, we kind of had a run-in with one of his lackeys, and he didn't really take too kindly to that.
You had a run-in with a drow.
Yeah. We killed him, but... well, it didn't take.
So the rumors are true then.
What rumors?
That the man... that... thing... he has the power over life and death. That's why I came.
The man of black and white.
Yes.
Yeah. Interesting.
I thought... I don't know what I thought. But now I'm down here awaiting... I don't know, he said something about using me, but that doesn't exactly sound very good.
Yeah,
My stuff and...
sort of wants Denier's skeleton and Asmo's flesh for some reason. I don't know.
So all of you are here. And... he wants his flesh?
Yeah, I don't really know.
You hear some clamoring and like the dragging of a body as the door kind of swings open, and you see a drow throw in Asmo, who is barely clinging to life. You see like he's not wearing a shirt. You see all these massive scars over his body. And furthermore, at the center of his chest, there is what looks to be a rune burned in there.
Oh shit! What does it look like?
It looks kind of like a... it looks like a... I didn't have anybody draw this out, so I'm going to have to describe it.
No worries,
Basically,
no worries.
it looks like a... kind of like an upside-down peace sign fork. It's very spiked, and it's got 3 lines intersecting with the three forked prongs.
How
You're not
big is
entirely
it?
sure what it means. It's probably about the size of a silver dollar pancake, just kind of on the middle of your sternum.
And that's
It looks
new.
almost like a brand.
Asmo got marked.
Yeah, you are currently branded.
Going to spend 2 uses of healing light to heal him.
All right, Asmo, you come back to life as you heal 4. Go ahead and roll it.
The 2 damage.
They seem to have stabilized you up there, but
I'm up to 1
Wolfgang
HP.
brings you back to consciousness.
I have 1 HP.
You have 3 HP.
Yo, that's 3 times as much.
Dear Lord.
Welcome back to the living.
What did he
What
do
happened?
to you?
That I don't know. It's the guy before him. You remember the guy who crept into my room and stabbed me with a fucking knife?
He was here.
Oh, guess who snuck in? Looks like the Deadeyes had a use from the Deadeyes. Confirm that. He had a guy on the inside. And, well, as you could tell with the man in black and white, you could tell he didn't take kindly to that, but wanted to see who lived. So we had to fight each other one-on-one. Guy was good. Guy was real good. Shot me with an arrow. Almost took me out, but managed to get close enough and finish the job. And then man in black and white offered me a deal to live. So now I gotta help him find the leader of the Deadeyes, which does match up with what I need to do involving them. So it's not that hard. And they shot me for whatever goddamn reason. Oh, maybe it was bored.
Oh, Asmo sits up and just looks down.
What the shit is this?
And Asmo's like looking at the rune on his chest.
Probably what he shot you with.
Yeah, I've seen you shoot holy stuff in Denier. I've seen you shoot fireballs that doesn't leave marks. What the fuck is this?
Looks like a brand.
Oh, son of a bitch. Branded me?
Asmo just
Seems
falls
like
his head.
an incredibly fickle person.
Oh, you're
I fear
down.
for all of our safety now.
Is everyone okay? Denier, are you doing okay?
Denier's not paying attention. He is examining the walls. What are the walls made out of, Lani? The walls, anything about the cell?
They seem to be made out of carved stone. You're not sure how thick.
Mm-hmm.
As you knock on them, they sure don't sound hollow.
Is there any kind of iron inside of the cell at all? Like
Only
iron
on the-
bars or what have you?
Only on the door.
Okay.
Seems that the locking mechanism is made out of iron.
What's the quality of it?
Seems pretty good. I mean, you're no locksmith. I'd need you to roll an investigation check to determine its quality.
Okay. Then, as he's walking, as Denier walks over towards Asmo, I'm fine. He walks past him, crouches down, and examines that lock. And you said investigation?
Yes.
20.
Well, it seems fairly quality made, although definitely old. Very old. It seems like a decent lockpick check would be able to get you out of that thing if you had the tools for it. Asmo, you also notice that you no longer have your equipment on you as you are waiting in this cell.
Denier takes his feline claw and he starts running it along the iron on the lock, on the side of it. Slowly and methodically. He's trying to get any kind of scrapes or filings from the lock, from the side of the lock.
All right, Denier looks like he's acting crazy. Go ahead and give me a go ahead and give me a sleight of hand, I think, because you're just kind of like trying to do this without being noticed, I'm guessing.
17.
Okay. Slowly but surely, you're starting to get some scraped pieces off of this iron, like little loose flakes, but it'll take a while before you have anything of substance.
All I need is just a little bit. Once I have just the tiniest little bit, I start running it between my fingers, trying to turn it into powder.
All right. I'm going to tell you that it's going to take a while for you to even get that much.
Okay, that's cool.
All right, so you're just going to keep scratching at the lock.
Yep.
Scratching at the door! No! So you continue doing that. When I was originally brought down here, I feared it would be my doom, but perhaps fate has conspired to bring you and I together again.
Certainly seems that way. We keep bumping into each other.
It'd be nice if it was so, under such awkward circumstances.
I heard horrible wailing on my way down here. Did you hear the same? Yeah, you probably would. As you were getting closer to this room, you could hear some wailing coming from nearby, even though you couldn't see.
Yeah, we heard it.
I fear if we stick around too long, he may get bored and decide to use us as his experiments.
Working on it, Daenerys says.
Do you?
Well, he would say lightly to them.
All right.
Well, this is one hell of a mess.
Yes. It is. Fezziwig's just kind of staring off, like, very forlorn.
Asmo's more or less just lying down, just like on his side, just trying to like just gain his composure.
We're gonna get out of here. Just need to figure out how.
Daenerys looks over at Wolfgang and he gives a little bit of a smile. Then he goes back to it.
Hey, Fezziwig, why'd they get you? We pissed off one of their guys. Fucked with one of their plans, but what'd you do? Did you do a bad performance? The guy seems petty enough.
I'm sure he is, but no. When I got to my... Well, I'll just say when I got to my residence at Mitternacht, I heard some of the guards talking about seeing some drow in town, and I told you before about the legend, the story that has been passed down my family from my ancestors. Maybe I should start from there, I suppose. You see, it was a tale passed down through the Grimspire family line for many generations from my greatest of grandfathers. It told the tale of a paradoxical boy with the powers over life and death. It was said that he would travel from town to town, helping those in need and even bringing those who had died prematurely back. He would reunite those who had lost each other beyond the mortal curtain, aid those dying of sickness or famine. Many elves looked to him as a savior and worshipped him as the true god. These followers were said to become those that we now refer to as the Drow. Then, something happened to turn this kind child into a spite-filled man. he stopped helping, started creating monsters, and this would eventually lead to the war that divided the land in two. I escaped my confinement at Mitternacht when I heard some rumor of the drow wandering through the city and figured that if I followed them, I might be able to find this man, appeal to what kindness was left in his heart to get him to bring back my sister. But I think whoever that boy is, he died a long time ago. I finished that song that I was working on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Far over Enieta. And he begins to sing this beautifully melancholic aria as each of you just kind of sits back.
Yeah, can I take a short rest while we're doing this?
Yes, that's actually what I was doing here.
Ah, okay.
Go ahead and regain your short rest and hit points, which I believe is it's 1 hit die, and add a 12 to it.
Which was the hit die?
It's whatever your hit dice is. I think yours is a 10.
Okay.
So you roll 1d10 and you get that back. If anybody's injured, feel free to do that, but then add 12 for Fezziwig's Song of Rest.
Beautiful.
I regain 18 hit points. Awesome. I am back up to full.
Alrighty.
Taka, roll a d10 plus 12.
17. Ooh. 17.
All right, back up to 20 health.
Thank God.
And Daenerys, I'm pretty sure you're uninjured.
I'm uninjured, but I did, while I was working on that, I do get, I use my Arcane Recovery to recover a 3rd level spell.
All right, so as soon as you get your components back, you can use that.
If I have a spell that requires components.
True enough. If you have something that does not require components, you can use those as you see fit.
I just realized something.
Yeah.
What? Yeah.
When I touched that stone when we were saving Ramses, I had a vision that whatever it was talked to me in that vision again. He said, "My son, beware. My son, beware." Over and over again. I thought he was referring to me. Now I realized he wasn't saying "my son, beware." He was saying "beware my son." He was referring to him.
After meeting the man, it's apt advice.
Well, perhaps with us 4 combined, we can make it out of here. I've never known anyone to meet this man and come back, but if anyone can do it, I imagine it's you 3. And if it's all the same to you, I wish to accompany you.
Here's the question. Dinier says in a very low voice, Do you want to do this loud or quiet?
As quiet as possible would probably be best.
Then
I
you're
can't
not-
imagine that if he hears of us leaving, that it would be very easy for us to go.
Dinier nods and goes back to lightly scratching the door, trying to get enough that he can grind down into just a minimal amount of iron powder.
All right. Through the short rest that you guys have taken, I'll say that you probably have enough to do that by now.
If any drow find us, I can take care of them. They're light sensitive and, well, magic man.
I've also got something that I haven't used up to this point, but there's not much of a choice.
Do you? You been holding out on us? Got some superpower.
I've got something. I haven't been using it because of your history, but if I have to, I'll use it here.
Do whatever you can to get us the hell out of here. And also, before we go, we need to grab our shit.
Yes, I was going to say, if we can get to wherever they're holding our things, I might be a little bit more use.
All right, back away from the door.
Why? What do you?
Asmo, while we're backing up, Asmo says to Fezziwig,
Why? What do you need? You have your
Well-
acting chops.
I'm an actor, but I've learned to handle myself with a blade a time and again.
Asmo also moves up, moves back.
Oh shit! With a intelligence roll of a 18 or a 21, Fezziwig looks at you guys and says, "Also, not to bring up past discrepancy or not to bring up past issues, but Hackless did mention that you might also have one of those keys, the ones that will take you to that bar far away."
That's the best thing. We get to our shit. We get that thing. Pop it on the door. We get out of here. Wherever the hell here even is.
Exactly, but wherever the hell that will take us will be wherever. It's just a million times better than where we are now.
Oh, trust me.
Now, what's your plan, Denier?
Gaze and observe. Denier runs the iron powder across his hand. He mutters a couple arcane words, holding his hand out towards the door. He casts Reduce on the door, shrinking it by 50%.
You hear creaking as the door, and you hear a outside.
Okay, someone's coming. Who wants to get him?
Asmo jumps beside the door.
You have
Fezziwig, play.
basically you have 30 seconds to decide how you want to handle this.
Fezziwig, play dead.
If I can't do this, I need you to back me up on this one.
Okay.
Denier prepares a spell.
I prepare my light cantrip. I'm going to try and blind them.
Asmo just holds on. Asmo just break checks Fezziwig and just grabs his chest.
Only do it if I fail.
Yeah.
And you see a drow come around the corner.
I release Charm Person.
All right. Go ahead and click that. I just need to know what the save is.
It's going to be my spell save, which I believe is it's a charisma save. No, wait. It's a will save.
Yeah, it's a wisdom save for this. And your save is a 14? Or is it 15 now?
It is 15 now.
Okay. He looks in, and as he is about to say, he falls silent and just kind of stares at Denier.
Gotta be shitting me.
Denier looks over towards Asmo. He gives a little bit of a smile. Now you understand why I haven't used it. Denier walks forward slowly.
Well done.
God damn.
We need our supplies, friend.
Yes.
You'll take us to it, won't you?
Your supplies.
Yes.
Your items.
Yes. Our bags.
I will guide you.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
You're such a good friend.
I'm a friend.
Yes.
Yeah, Fezziwig just kind of looks at you. Well done.
God damn. Always surprising me somehow. Come on, Fezziwig.
Grab him by his.
Yeah, Fezziwig comes along.
All right, I'm going to summon Requiem as well and keep it by my side.
You can just always have Requiem. That's neat.
Yep. Pact of the Blade Warlock. Amazing.
That's good.
Pact of the Gun.
So how was your time with the master? He asks you.
Denier.
The drow?
Yes. He's regarding you as a friend.
The master is more than I could have possibly imagined him to be. I've heard stories, but the legends do him no justice.
Yes, he is great and glorious. He starts to lead you down this hallway, but as you stand by the stairwell, you hear moaning and wailing
What direction?
up the stairs.
Up the stairs, we're hearing moaning.
Does it sound human or humanoid?
It sounds like a mass of humans, like a lot of them.
If I may ask, what's up there? There's so many that sound in such pain.
Oh, that is Master's latest creation. He doesn't let anything go to waste. He really just wanted to have a new toy since, well, some people broke his last one.
Yes. I heard of his last creation. It was absolutely brilliant.
Yes, the Master is so great at creating so much wonder. Did you want to see the other? Did you want to see the new one?
Perhaps in a few minutes. We really need our supplies. How can we serve the master otherwise?
Of course. And you hear from around the corner, do any of you speak Undercommon?
You cut out. What was that?
You from around the corner, you hear a voice coming. Do any of you speak Undercommon? I'm pretty sure that's a no.
Undercommon.
But you hear, and your new friend, oh, boss, me, boss, Simba, best for not. And from around the corner comes another drow.
Oh shit.
You just kind of look. He kind of like looks in at you guys, looks at this drow, and he's about to yell. You have
Charm
one action.
person.
Is that not a concentration spell?
It is not.
No.
It simply says
Wow.
1 hour duration.
Oh
Okay.
no!
All right. Are you fucking kidding me? He goes quiet again. Just kind of like looks around at you. Das near von des von dever das von diesmer. Yes.
Be careful with that. Soon you'll have an army of drow.
Why do you think I'm so careful whenever I use it?
Oh my god, this is so freaky.
Nice being on the other end of it for a change, huh, Asmo?
Asmo makes a face.
Demir smiles pleasantly. Come, friends.
The one that was speaking Undercommon looks to the one that you've been talking to. He doesn't seem to understand you.
I attempt to communicate with him I try Draconic, Giant, and Goblin along with him. I switch languages back and forth.
He looks even more confused as you're doing this.
Just
Nah.
talk to the one that knows
I
common.
look over towards my associate. Yeah, it would appear that we do not speak the same language. I trust that you will translate for me.
Of course, my friend.
Wonderful. Let us continue with our journey.
Yes,
To
we
better
shall
serve the
continue
master.
onward.
Hey, Denier, how about you walk ahead and have it be like you're being walked somewhere. We can like hang, I don't know, we'll hang back a little bit in case another drow walks around the corner. They don't set off an alarm. They see 2 drow beside you. It's not as bad, but they see 4 of us and 2 drow. They're gonna have a lot of questions. So what do you think?
I pull the cloak of incognito over my head.
Oh, you brilliant son of a bitch!
You don't have
don't
that,
have
do
it.
you?
Ah, shit. That's right. I don't.
He
Shit.
pulls a cloak that he thinks, oh, I don't have it.
Oh, well. All right. Let's go.
All right, they keep leading you forward. You hear some more like... Whoops, did not mean to grab the door. There we go. As you're walking past those 2 doors there.
Do we hear anything behind those doors?
Yeah, you hear...
Is there any window inside it, or is it just a door?
Just doors.
Asmo's going to put his ear up to it. Can I make a perception check to try and hear what I'm listen to what I'm hearing?
Sure.
He
grows
makes sense
the
of
air.
what I'm listening to. There we go. 13.
Just sounds like the moaning, and it sounds similar to like when you're listening to it, you get flashbacks to the wall.
Oh boy.
Sounds like zombies, although
As
it's
of just-
distinctly different from the wailing that was coming from upstairs.
Alrighty.
All right, the drow continue to usher you forward, and at the end of this hall, you see another drow who looks over at you, Denier, who is hooded.
All right,
What is this? Oh, it is our friend. We have no friends. What do you mean we have no friends, brother? Vis mi naf nit net. Vas van fin ver fin stand for nat vien.
Charm person.
Oh my god.
Please.
All right. See if we can go 3 for 3. This guy realized that you're trying to cast something on him and immediately pulls out a bow. Roll initiative.
Okay.
That goes for all of you.
Shit. Okay.
9. Then
Another time-
since he's drawing a bow, can I have one free action real quick?
Your free act. Well, I mean, you can always use a free action, but your action was to try to cast on him. That initiated
20
combat.
23.
Natural 23.
Natural 2023, and these two drow next to you for right now are considered out of combat until they are brought into it.
Okay.
They are going to get another wisdom save now that you are battling their friend, though. And I'm surprised you didn't take the time to take their weapons from them.
Shit, we should have done that. God damn it.
All right. Wolfgang, it is your move.
Let me just read the specifics to this spell real quick.
Because Asmo's got nothing.
Yeah, Asmo is currently entirely unarmed.
Ah, it's radius. Okay, so. All
The
right.
jig is up.
Yeah, Wolfgang figures that the jig is up, so he runs right up behind Denier, and he casts light.
All right.
He casts light on the ceiling.
All the drow now have disadvantage on hits. And you see this as the drow behind these two shades his eyes, and the other two drow who are looking away from the light currently are definitely wincing away from it. All right, Asmo, it is your turn. Oh, unless you have another
No.
bonus
no.
action. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, come on, Fezziwig. Asmo runs up. Let me just gauge some distance here. This is fun. Hold on. Sorry. I can only run 30. Dang. Okay. Asmo is got nothing on him, so Asmo is just gonna kind of hover back and ready. Yeah, that's about it.
All right. Fezziwig, meanwhile, is going to run up behind this bard, or this drow here, reach down into his belt and pull out his rapier.
That's a good idea. Asmo just smacks himself on the head.
And realizing that this is, he begins to chant a song that sounds like it's, he begins to chant a dirge. Fas boni fona fore. As a iron crown begins to, like a metal iron crown begins to form over the drow in front of you, Asmo.
He bard spells.
Oh boy.
And he must make a save for Crown of Madness. Considering he is already charmed, I'm going to have him do this at disadvantage. But that does not matter because he rolled a nat 1.
Oh, no!
So this metal crown forms on his head, and he stares forward at the other drow. And it is now his turn as he begins to move forward and begins his attack on his buddy. He pulls out a rapier and stabs his friend square in the shoulder. As he's not currently looking at the light, he does not have disadvantage. Because the light source is over Daenerys' head, correct?
The light source is over Daenerys' head, but it is a 20-foot radius. It sheds bright.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah, it sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for another 20.
Okay, gotcha. Well, let me try that again. Well, either way, even with disadvantage, he still made that. So,
Beans.
Beans. Cool beans.
yeah, you can see as he's like starting to focus back, he looks over and he sees his friend kind of stabbing him square in the shoulder with a rapier. All right, it is now that particular drow's turn. Vatsmutus, brata! And as he tries to pull out his rapier and counter back, he misses entirely, blinded by the light. Daenerys, the one next to you, is now going to get a wisdom save because he's very confused. And he still fucking fails it.
Daenerys whispers to him.
My friend, what's happening?
Daenerys whispers to him. The master has heretics under him.
Oh, no.
Quickly, we must defend the master from these heretics.
I will... Where's my sword? Oh, no.
The heretics got it. The heretics
All
got
right.
it.
Daenerys, it's your turn.
I cast magic missile at level 2 towards the heretic.
All right, blast the heretic.
Cease your heresy. That is 16 damage to the heretic.
You see 4 bolts of magical energy fire forth from Daenerys' hands as this man just gets pelted. 1, 2, 3, 4! One after the other. He sort of starts to like kind of crumple down, but he begins to regain his composure. Wolfgang, it is now your turn again.
All right. Which one did Daenerys just hit?
Here, I will mark the one that has the Crown of Madness on him. One sec. There we go. That one has Crown of Madness.
All right. Let's see. All right. I'm gonna zigzag past Daenerys real quick, just so I can get a shot on this guy. Wolfgang raises Requiem, points it at the one drow that is not charmed,
Okay.
and he's going to fire Eldritch Blast out of it.
It begins to glow with a holy light as you fire forth.
Blammo! 11?
The first Eldritch Blast will miss as it as he is still kind of reeling from missing his friend. He's kind of rocking back, and that sets you off a little. And it careens off the wall next to his face.
All right. Going to fire my second one then. 11 again. Great.
Aw, that's too bad.
Damn.
Yeah, you can't quite get a bead on this guy as he's kind of like moving back and forth, realizing that he's blind, so he kind of has to be erratic. And your 2 shots kind of fire back to back, just sort of miss as he's rocking about.
Why couldn't you have missed with...
To be fair, Guiding Bolt still holding on to being the single best spell he has.
That's true.
Damn.
Asmo, unless you have a bonus action you wish to use.
No, that'll be it for me.
Asmo, your move.
Asmo is going to run forward and let me just gauge my distance here. I have a fun flavor thing I think I might try and do here. Yep, that is just enough space. Okay. Asmo just takes initiative. Asmo runs up beside the drow and tries to cold clock him, punch him in the... And actually, Asmo, never mind. Asmo's a snake, so Asmo bites him right in the god. Is going to go for a Hungry Jaws attack.
All right, you slip and slither up there. You rear your head back and roll for your hit.
9.
That's going to miss, but you still have an additional attack if you wish to make it.
I'm going to keep biting. Nat 1!
You bite the wall. And you take 2 damage from it.
2 wall damage.
Yeah, you feel your gold tooth stings, and it feels like it got chipped. Like it feels like you dented it a little.
Ow! Well, that feeling when your tooth gets pressed in too far into your gums.
He Cesaro'd himself.
God. Oh, God. What a badass. And that's it. 2 dental damage. Dental plan!
All right, Fezziwig is going to lift the rapier as if, like, in kind of a fencing stance, kind of juke back and forth between you two, between Denier and the wall, slide up and go in for a thrust on this guy. That'll hit. Deals 7 damage to him, plus...
The golden tooth is okay, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, the golden tooth is fine. It just hurts. He can get it repaired. Plus 7 damage. Hot damn. Yeah, this guy is not looking very good at all as he goes for a second strike with the sword. And this one, unfortunately, will miss.
This guy's holding his own pretty well right now. Let's be real here.
Mm-hmm.
Considering.
Meanwhile, his friend with the crown of madness over his head is going to, just outright impale him with his rapier. And you see the, I want to say light leave his eyes as he kind of crumples down. But this man fucking dies before he has a chance to yell for help. And the other drow pulls it out, the crown of madness still firmly above his head, as his eyes begin to shift around the room.
And this is what we do to heretics that aim to subjugate the master.
Oh my God.
I think we better go pretty quickly here.
Oh shit, I misused Crown of Madness. Oh well, I'll just flavor that.
That's flavor. It's not a mistake.
Yeah. Basically, Fezziwig was supposed to use his action to maintain Crown of Madness. So I'm going to say you actually see the crown start to disappear a bit over his head as he's like looking around like, what is happening? So now you have a new target on the battlefield as he takes a moment to realize something's amiss. Denier, it is your turn.
All right. So he's now a new foe.
Yes.
All right. I will cast Magic Missile at level 2 at him.
All right, fire your blasts as the magic missile careens toward him.
Another heretic! What is with these heretics in here today?
Oh no, says the one that's still kind of your friend for some reason.
Let's see, that's 8, 10, 13 damage. This is a purge.
Yeah, those magic bolts start to slam into him as the crown disappears off his head. Meanwhile, your buddy, he begins to kind of step back some. All right, Wolfgang.
All right. Going to do a bit more gymnastics. I don't want to just jump out into that hallway, so I'm going to double back. I'm going to move to Denier's right, and I'm going to fire away again with Eldritch Blast.
All right, I'm gonna say you like double back, and then you do like a side somersault, pointing the gun straight at him.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You combat roll.
I'm gonna max pain this.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you pop
15?
out from behind Denier, that will hit.
9 force damage.
As it strikes him square in the stomach. You can see a bit of saliva start to pop out of his mouth.
But my slow-mo meter isn't over yet. 10.
The second one, unfortunately, as he's lurching down, you do hit his friend's body behind him as it careens off the corpse's head. But you miss your target.
Oh, yeah.
Asmo.
Asmo steps over the. Asmo goes up right behind the drow. I guess.
You step over the corpse as it falls
but-
back to the ground. There we go.
Does he have any Does he have a sword or anything on him?
He's wielding his sword.
The corpse, I mean, that we just killed.
Yeah, he had his rapier out in his hand.
Asmo grabs the rapier and shoves it into the back of this guy. Of the one who's currently coming out of it now. I'll just.
In order to make this attack, I'll allow it, but make a sleight of hand check just to see how you can grab it, pretty much, and still make an attack.
Okay. 22.
Oh yeah, I'll allow it.
All right. Asmo grabs the weapon, and I don't think I have. Do I have a rapier on my weapon?
Rapier is a
short sword.
Yeah, roll for short sword and then roll a d8 plus dex for damage.
Natural 20.
Okay, roll 2d8 plus your dex.
2d8 plus my 2d. Oh my goodness. Okay, 2d8
plus 4 or yeah, I think it's 2d8 plus 4 or 5 for you.
plus 4. Okay, I'll just do 4. Sorry, 1 second. I'm doing this all. And 6. Oof.
That is unfortunate. But yeah, you stab through kind of like the back of his neck, but like the side meat of the neck, so you're not getting anything vital. But you can tell you're like an inch off from getting a kill shot on this guy.
Oh my god, that was such a badass move. It didn't.
I will
Damn,
say
that was low.
just to get this weapon and attack, I will say that used your extra attack though.
I get my extra attack?
No, you used it because
Okay.
technically grabbing the weapon is an action. So
Okay, sounds good.
I'm just flavoring it and allowing you to have your badass moment there.
Thank you.
All right.
2 nat 1s and 2 d8.
Fezziwig, seeing you stab this guy, will go for it as well. And he hits true. Almost incredibly true, but 19 on the die ain't a crit. But your swords begin to kind of like intersect in his neck as his blade kind of goes crosswise with yours.
Damn.
And you can see him kind of start to go limp too as he starts to fall off the sword. And now all you're left with is the dude that is charmed. I can't believe there would be so many heretics. I'm so sorry. I had no idea.
The important thing is that we find the heretics and we put them down before they can do damage or they can harm the master.
Of course, I must warn the master, but you need to get your things too. I understand.
We need to get to our things so that we can help defend the master if there's any kind of trouble.
Of course. He steps over to the drow that was by these doors that you grabbed the rapier from, Asmo. He reaches down onto his belt and pulls off a ring of keys. They're right through here, please.
Awesome. Can't believe this is working. Jesus Christ.
And he opens the door for you. There you are. They should be in there. You must forgive me. I'm not sure which ones are yours.
Quick, come in. Asmo gestures. Everyone inside. Who's the drow's name? I don't think we ever asked his name.
Friend, what may we call you?
I do not have a name.
Okay, can he guard the door?
It will take us a little bit of time in order to prepare to defend the master. We need you to stay here and guard us and allow us to know if anybody's coming. Can you do that for us, friend?
Should I go and warn the master?
Give us enough time, and then you can warn the master.
How much is enough time? I must know if the master is in danger.
Give us 5 minutes, and then go and flee and warn the master.
5 minutes, of course. Godspeed, my friend.
And to you.
And he stands outside the door.
May the master protect you.
You as well. And the door closes behind you.
That dude is super fucking dead.
Good lad. He's doing a service to the master.
Yeah, no.
Look for our
So
stuff.
is our stuff?
Fezziwig begins scrounging through trying to find his little rucksack. All right, you
As
guys
was-
can go ahead and do investigation checks to try to find some things.
12.
16.
4.
Asmo, you and Fezziwig seem to be having trouble like locating your things because Asmo, you're not sure if yours was like boxed up or bagged up or something.
What the hell is my goddamn weapons? Come
Demir,
on.
you find your stuff because your staff is like kind of right next to it, and it's like there with a bunch of your robes. And
Okay.
Wolfgang, you don't seem to have any issue finding your satchel.
Come on. Someone just going over, like knocking shit down, looking for his stuff.
Is my key there?
As you're looking through your satchel, yeah, the key's inside.
I wave it around.
All right,
Fuck
Wolfgang.
yeah.
Use your eyes. Help Asmo and Fezziwig find their things.
Yeah.
Obviously, they've got magical stuff that you can help pinpoint.
All right, I'm going to activate Angelic Sight and I'm going to look for magical items.
All right, go ahead and roll investigation with advantage.
17.
Yeah, you're pretty easily able to locate Asmo's things.
Oh, thank God.
Fezziwigs, however, remain a mystery to you. You're not really sure what kind of shit he has on him, but he finds his sack.
Hey, what? Asmo's got his blades, and Asmo puts kind of on his really cool. He puts on his black jerkin, like.
That's good. Okay, so what's in this, by the way? Did anyone know?
Asmo kicks the chest in the center of the room.
It seems to be locked.
Oh, we're taking this.
It definitely seems a little bit too heavy for you to lift. In fact, it seems kind of fastened to the ground in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, Asmo just sits there. Asmo's gonna pull out his thieves' tools and try and pick the lock.
All right. Go
That's what's
ahead
like-
and give me a sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. I actually have the thieves' tools on my
You can click on that to use them then. I'm not really sure what...
21.
All right, that does it. The lid kind of clicks. And it seems like, yeah, you can open it up.
Asmo opens it up.
Inside there appears to be a... It looks like some object in a long brown sack.
Is that it in there? Only the one thing?
Yeah, it's just it like as you reach down and touch it, it definitely feels like a long sword.
Ooh, come to daddy.
Asmo grabs it and just pretty much just puts it over his shoulder. He doesn't even look at it yet.
Yeah, it doesn't pull it out of the bag.
No, I don't pull it out of the bag yet.
All right. You have a mysterious long sword in a bag.
That is dope. I'm wondering if I want to leave something. I wish I could just draw a picture of Asmo doing two fingers, but I don't have that. Okay. The picture of a butt.
Well, I suppose now's as good a time as any to try out that key.
What about our friend out there? We want to take care of him first.
Tell him false alarm.
I suppose if you wish to kill him, it'll probably save him some
Oh,
grief.
hold on. What if we take him with us and interrogate him? Come on.
He won't say anything. You know he won't.
You don't know that? Have you seen what Tommen can get anyone to talk?
Yeah, but he's if he's anything to go by, he died for his master.
It's also very possible that, as you mentioned, this drow might find out where you've gone, and who knows what would happen to the populace. I mean, those poor people upstairs.
What do you mean? What are they doing to them upstairs?
You heard what he said.
If what he said earlier was any indication, this man of black and white, he's been making abominations out of dead things, making them alive again.
Do we?
Which is why we need to get out of here and warn somebody that actually can do something about it. Warn the Archmage. Warn Horace.
He called it the Birchwood. He showed it to me when I tried to appeal to his good nature.
What is it?
It's the people.
His eyes seem to kind of like stare off like that 1,000-yard ain't no fortunate son stare.
It's the people, isn't it?
It was. And in some cases still is.
Wolfgang clenches his fist and clenches his jaw as well.
Wolfgang, we can't fight him. We have to leave now. We've got minutes before our friend runs away. If he hasn't already run, we have to leave now.
We can't fight him now, but I'm going to make him pay for this.
As much as I would like to resolve this now, I agree.
Let's get out of here.
You insert the weasel key into the other side of this locked door, and it begins to glow as you turn it. And as you open up the door, you see a long black hallway with a light at the end of it. A golden light.
Come on.
Let's go.
I walk through it.
Run through.
Yep, Asma runs through as well.
Fezziwig follows you. And as you traverse down this long, dark hallway, you close the door behind you, and you take the key with you, or you take the key out of the door, and you close the door behind you. The door disappears behind you, and you proceed down this hallway. And as you get closer and closer, you can see kind of a window that's looking into an old familiar tavern. And as you open the door on the other end, you smell that same familiar smell, you feel that same warm, familiar air. Oh, hello and welcome to the Wandering Weasel. You're face to face once again with Tom. See, Lush, I told you we'd fight. Well, what are the odds? You made it all the way down here. Fascinating.
Where is down here exactly? You don't want to know where we were.
Oh, I assure you I do.
Okay.
But, not much of a clientele down here. Turns out a lot of the stories, and Fezziwig's kind of looking out the window, were in Bordeaux.
What?
Why
Bordeaux.
are...
Well, like I told you the last time I saw you, I heard stories of this town, and I wanted to verify for myself, and... Well, Lush kind of stands up and looks at you. It's a fucking ghost town. There's nobody there.
Well, yeah.
Basically.
It was destroyed.
I mean, ghosts are kind of a thing up here. They don't drink a lot.
Well, we're near the border.
No, I mean, there's nobody there. Nobody's out there. Nobody's moved back in. Nothing. It's just empty.
Besides Hasmo, we're near the border. Anyway, we're just a little bit west of the wall.
Couple days march, I'd assume.
So
I guess we're not going to be staying for the festivities.
apparently
Festivities?
No, we were in Mitternacht.
not. We were in
while.
Mitternacht.
Well, that is quite the traveling time.
Yeah.
You'll
I
never
suppose
guess
you
who
use
we
the key.
met.
I suppose you use the key then.
We had to. It was the only way we could escape.
Escape? My God, what happened to you?
We found one of your brothers.
What do you know about the man of black and white?
The man of black and white. Lush kind of looks up. You mean Solomon?
Solomon.
Yeah.
I liked him better when he was the man of black and white. Yeah, I guess we met this Solomon. He threatened to kill all of us, really.
Solomon Lieben Todd.
He's a prick.
Asmo lifts up his shirt
He put this on me.
and reveals the symbol.
He's also the reason.
My.
He's
You know
also
what
the
this
reason.
is?
Go for it.
Nope.
Go for it.
Can't say.
Can't say. Oh, I hate hearing that. Lush.
Kind of gestures, but with a little bit slightly more flirting.
You know what that is?
Looks like his brand.
Oh, son of a bitch branded me.
Tom,
Yes.
he's what the drow worship.
Makes sense. Can't say I've ever met him myself, personally.
He's also the reason why you probably won't get much clientele in Birchwood Creek anymore.
Oh no.
He took the entire town.
The whole town.
Everyone is dead. Or probably they would be better off dead.
Interesting.
It's not interesting, this is bad.
Oh, yes, of course, I'm sorry. I've been around for quite a long time. You'll have to forgive me, I sometimes forget.
Daenerys turns to Wolfgang. Wolfgang, when the drow took you and Mitternacht, how long until you found yourself in front of him?
It was a while. They couldn't knock me out or incapacitate me like they could have you. So they threw me in the back of a wagon and drove me there.
Do you have a time frame? Do you know how long it was?
You can
Lani?
roll an intelligence check, but you did black out in the middle of it. So it would be with disadvantage.
I blacked out about halfway, so 13.
You're assuming it's at the very least, it is less than a day's travel via cart. And you're assuming that it involved going into some tunnels as well.
Probably around a day, probably less. I don't know what they did to me.
I cast Sending.
To who?
Horace.
Okay.
We found the freak. He's within 1 day's travel of Mitternacht. Has a base, worshipped by drow, killed Birchwood. We escaped. Mission accomplished.
You hear kind of a startled reply. Basically, he seems like surprised that you made it away and asks, what the fuck's a birchwood?
I can't reply.
Hey, if you're sending messages, you might want to tell the wonderful. Oh my God, who do we save again? I'm gonna reorganize my list here.
Oh, you want to talk about? You want to talk to Ramses Palto?
You better not tell Ramses that we're not in town anymore.
As soon as I'm able to, I'll send a message to him.
All right. What do you want to? Do you not have enough spell slots to send it?
I sent a message to Steamy Springs and to Ice Forge, warning them of the drow. That was my 2 spell slots, and I used one with my Arcane Recovery to send a message to Horace. So I'm out until I get a long rest.
All right.
But both dragons know that we've accomplished our mission.
Yeah, and Horace now knows that you found the man of black and white.
Mm-hmm. Daenerys sits down on the bar, and he just puts his face in his hands.
Now, for a tale like that, I suppose I could get you something to drink.
That would be appreciated.
Well,
Asmo puts down the sword he stole.
if we're in Bordeaux, we're close to the wall. That means not too far away from seeing my son again.
Yes, I suppose that's so. Get you a drink as well. You look like you need it.
I do. Because
Whiskey,
now
right?
our problems just doubled.
Yeah, well, in for a penny.
Asmo slams down the weapon and unsheaths it. I guess takes it out of the bag to see what it looks like.
It is an ebon black blade that seems to have the depiction of a dragon on the hilt. Like reaching up and then like the mouth is opening up and the black blade is coming out of the dragon's mouth.
Oh.
2 of the dragon's horns are off to the side, kind of forming the handguard. And it seems to be made almost entirely of that black steel material that you were looking at up there.
Oh boy.
Is it? It's a long. What kind of weapon is it?
It's a longsword.
It's a longsword. Ooh.
It's a two-handed weapon, correct?
It is a versatile weapon, meaning you can wield it with 1 or 2 hands.
Denier.
Hmm.
I know you're in a sour place right now, but let's see what I stole from the man in black and white now, don't we?
That's
All right.
the operative word. You stole from the man in black and white.
Yeah, well, he's branded me.
Lush kind of like looks over you. Just kind of rolls her eyes. Oh, boy.
Man branded me and we have a deal. I'll just say it was par for the course.
Whatever you say.
I cast Identify.
You're treading a dangerous path, Asmo.
Alright. Denier, as you cast Identify, you're looking over this weapon, and it seems like something that the Man of Black and White had either forged for him or made specifically for the purpose of the war he was fighting. Because this weapon, which is a magical +1 blade, seems to react very violently to the presence of dragons.
Don't take this to the capital. Don't let Harash see it. Don't let Tia see it. Don't let Bahum see it.
This weapon is known as Dragon Slayer, and if you attack anything of dragon lineage, it will deal an extra 3d6 damage.
This is a dragon slaying sword.
Somewhere in the distance, Guts sneezes.
Oh,
Asmo just.
beautiful.
And Asmo slides it into his weapon. Takes out one of his normal short swords and replaces it with this long sword.
All right, I want you to make an investigation check as you're looking over this weapon, though.
As which?
The 2 of you that are looking at it.
Investigation. Okay. 14.
13.
All right, as you're looking it over, the wrap that is wrapping around the handle appears to lead down towards what looks to be a bone, and the wrap itself is kind of shimmering. It is unlike any sort of flesh you have ever seen or felt before. And its texture is kind of cool to the touch.
What is this?
Yeah, it's a silver leather material.
Is this the skin of a dragon?
Glance over towards Tom.
Tom comes back with Wolfgang's whiskey, and he kind of sets a milk stout in front of you, Denier.
Oh, I love you so much, Tom.
Kind of smiles at you.
Of course, why wouldn't you?
Is this made from an actual dragon?
Tom looks over it.
Well, this part down here is certainly crafted from the flesh of a dragon. I'd say the wing of Lady Tia.
Oh, no.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
At the very least, part of it.
Asmo takes the weapon, slides it back.
I got it. Even if I don't use it, think I got a nice present for Lady Tia.
You could earn some serious clout if you turn that into the dragons.
Or you're going to piss her off.
Well, we'll see, one way or the other. Ooh.
Ah, the adventure of life.
Tom just kind of smiles at the 3 of you.
Anything for you, sir?
He kind of looks over at Fezziwig, who's just kind of staring out the window.
No.
I should go. Thank you. Thank you for your assistance.
Hey, Fezziwig, you didn't get to do your performance, right? Aren't you gonna get in deep shit?
I don't know.
Don't
Right.
worry about it, Fezziwig. As soon as I'm able to, I'll let the Capitol know exactly what happened. Just head back up there as soon as you can.
Yes.
Maybe you can come to the south with us.
Asmo smiles.
Perhaps another time. I have to go.
Insight. Go ahead.
Insight as well. Yeah.
14.
That is 18.
All right. Obviously, something is bothering him, but you don't know what. There's clearly something bugging the shit out of him here.
I have a guess, but I rolled low on my insight.
Well, here's the thing. I will allow your character to throw out wild conjecture.
Because we're in Bordeaux.
There are painful memories.
You were from here.
My family was, yes.
Fezziwig,
Yes.
pretty good with a rapier.
Thank you. My father taught me. And my uncle.
Yeah. What do you know about the Jester of Bordeaux?
I know that he cleaned out this town.
By cleaned
Jester.
out. By cleaned out, what do you mean?
The Jester got rid of the tyrant who was plaguing this town. My uncle.
Holy shit.
Okay, so out of character, can you go over what you just did essentially? Because I was like,
Basically, Fezziwig's just kind of been looking out the window and looking back towards you.
yeah.
And he just told you that his uncle was a tyrant in this town. He was a madman. He killed so many. And anybody who tried to talk back, he wouldn't hear it. The Jester killed that man.
Insight.
Go for it.
16.
Okay. That's what's gonna insight as well.
Go for it.
10.
All right. Basically, he's not lying to you. The Jester fucking killed his uncle.
Okay.
Are you accusing me of something? I can read a room.
The second we got to Ice Forge, we said goodbye and we went over to the Magic College. And lo and behold, we bumped into the Jester. Second we got there he is. The Jester was in cold reach. We bumped into the Jester at Steamy Springs as well. Are you the Jester of Bordeaux, Fizzywig?
The Jester of Bordeaux is the Jester of Bordeaux. I'm not a murderer. Good day. He begins to leave.
Hey.
He looks over his shoulder at you.
I stand up and walk over to him. Reach into my pouch. I'm going to plop 30 gold into his hand. Stay safe.
He nods. You as well. He steps out the door. Just kind of, you see him stand outside there for a second. Look up at a, actually, go ahead and roll a perception check.
All of us or just Connor?
Anybody who wants to watch him.
That's a 16.
21.
Daenerys too interested in his drink.
Okay. Asmo and Wolfgang, you actually both see him kind of like look off at a couple of, like there's a manor at the top of the hill, and then there's one off to the side of the waterfall. Pulls his sack over his back a little bit more and starts to wander off.
Aslan turns, kind of just facing the bar, and just goes,
That wasn't a no.
I don't believe he is. Sure, he's hurt. And hurt can do a lot of strange things to a man. But a man like the Jester, he's got an entirely different air about him.
The Jester, like you said, pain can do a lot of things to people. What we do to deal with it, we cope. And sometimes it does not manifest in the best way. He's connected to the Jester somehow. That much I know.
No doubt about that. But I don't think it's him.
I don't even think he knows how connected he is.
Either way. That's a thought for another time. Wolfgang pulls out the bird statue.
Okay, we pull out Miguel's bird statue.
I'll write down a message basically telling Miguel that we're fine. We met the Archmage. We came to an agreement. We met an entity called the Man in Black and White, and I'm going to warn him to stay out of Mitternacht.
Okay.
I am also going to tell him the man he's looking for is the Jester of Bordeaux. And to not go looking for him either, not just yet.
Fair enough. You write all this out. The bird does not seem to activate within the bar, so you'd have to step outside.
And then to finish off, and I'm like, if you want help to try and find the Jester, meet us in Dragon's Rest.
Okay.
And then I'll walk outside and I'll let it fly.
Yeah, you roll up the note and put it in the little tube that's attached to the bird's leg, and it flies off with the message, giving that faint as it flaps its glass-like wings.
Well, we might have had a couple of twists and turns, fellas. We might have gotten sidetracked. We might have gotten kidnapped. We might have made a few people angry, a few people happy. In the end, he grabs his glass of whiskey and he holds it up. Mission accomplished.
Then your holds
Yeah,
up
yeah.
his mug as well.
Asmo doesn't have a mug, so he just goes, "Oh shit."
Pip actually kind of steps up to you and like sets a mug of ale by your side.
Thank you, Pip.
Gives you kind of a thumbs up.
All right. Do mission accomplished.
And Asmo clinks.
We have
Like,
but
clacks their
one.
beverages together.
We have but one final decision to make. Do
And
we
as-
give? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Lenny.
As you're saying that, Denier, a voice pops into your head. My friend, you seem to have slipped away. Are you all right? If you are in trouble, please let me know. I'll send help. If not, I'll see you in Dragon's Rest. The voice of Ramses Palto filled your head for a moment.
I replied, "This is a sending message, correct?"
Yes. It
I send
appears
a
to be
message
from that spell.
I send a message right back. Drow in Mitternacht after us, taken by man of black and white, escaped in Bordeaux, heading to Dragon's Rest.
Okay. And you guys notice as Denier kind of trailed off there for a second.
Something wrong?
You know that spell that I have that lets me communicate?
Yeah.
Ramses Palto just messaged me, asking if we were okay.
Does he know what went on?
I told him that the Drow were in Mitternacht after us. I told him that we met the man of black and white. I told him that we escaped and we're in Bordeaux heading for Dragon's Rest. He's going to meet us there.
Fair enough.
The one question I have is, do we actually give Bahum the gems?
That is a good question.
We're not going to get paid if we don't, right?
I assume that we're going to get paid at least something.
Yeah.
We did this for Tia, not Bahum.
No.
No, out of character. The letter was for Tia. The gems were for Bahoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, this entire mission was passed to you by Tia from the royal family. So she was the one to pass it on to you. But you're assuming that they all know, they're all privy to this. Because, you know, Harish was there to see you off.
And boy, did he.
He saw my tooth off.
Mm-hmm.
He punched you very hard in the face.
He didn't punch me. He slapped me.
He backhanded you.
Back of the hand.
Yeah, that's the disrespectful side.
What did 5 fingers say to the face? Smack!
Well, I don't know how much the dragons know about these gems or about the Bleeding God, if they know anything. This Solomon guy, he didn't know anything about it either.
I'll say that he seemed to know something about these gems at the very least when you made mention, or when you were talking of a tree.
He didn't really give a shit, though he seemed to be more obsessed with, God, his own machinations.
His expression changed, though. That's what worries me. I say we give it to him. We debrief them about what's going on, about everything that's been going on. Knowing them, they've probably had some kind of a... she's probably had the Whistlestein spying on us the entire time.
Maybe.
If I were to say anything.
Fine. We'll give him the gems. And in return, I want something.
Loxley gone.
That's part of it.
I like that plan.
Won't be long now.
So, Asmo, you said you made a deal with the man. What was this deal?
He wants the head of the leader of the Deadeyes. And that's en route to what I'm looking for, involving the Deadeyes. So we agreed to after the fight, after I killed that son of a bitch. The center of that room. And then he hit me with this damn blast. Now I got this stupid thing on my chest. Lord knows I don't even want to know what this is all about. No, also he...
Let me see. Daenerys going to move over and he's going to actually examine the mark. Can I roll a knowledge arcana check to see if it's like any kind of tracking, any kind of scrying mark or anything like that, or if it has any kind of other abilities to it?
Sure, go ahead and roll Arcana.
13.
Whatever this is, it is very powerful and very old magic.
This is powerful. This is old. And I don't know exactly the effect of it, but he wouldn't just put it on you to put it on you. This thing does something.
I'm scared to find out what it is.
Could just be tracking, could be something like the Archmage does, where if you try to go back on your word, it might just... you're gone. It might just teleport you right back to him.
That would be horrible.
Yeah, that would be bad, seeing as how you stole his property and killed a few more of his men. I doubt there'd be anything we could do for you at that point.
I doubt he cares about his men that much.
Well, he
Lush
brought
kind of
one
like looks
back.
up. If there's one thing you need to know about Solomon, all he has is pride. Petty, petty pride. If you've wronged him, you'll know.
Does he have the ability to teleport people around?
I don't fucking know. Lush just kind of shrugs. Keeps drinking.
That's why I didn't kill any of the drow.
All I know is he's strong. Strong enough to start and, I guess, end a war.
Yikes.
So what are you going to do, Asmo? Is this a you job or is this an us job?
Us. Hey. The Deadeyes are harder to find than you might think. Half of them don't even know what the other half are doing. So they work as an organization. And they're cutthroat. And they are brutal. And they are efficient.
Well, either way, this sounds like we're going to have company traveling back south. I am starting to run dreadfully low on provisions.
Yeah, as long as we're heading south, I want to make a stop in Amberglade.
I'd imagine you would. and I'd love to stock up on their honey mead.
Good, it's good honey meat.
We should be able to get past the wall easily enough. With the Archmage's blessings to come and go through his land as we please. I don't want to go back down through Darkspire.
Yeah, that was pretty bad last time.
Yes, and perhaps it would be good for young Mary to finally find a proper home. She's been distant. You notice that the young sorceress that you left here has not really been around very often. Like, you've never seen her in here, like, since, like, the last couple of times where you've seen her kind of, like, playing the piano and doing not much else.
I imagine she's going through quite a lot.
Yes, I'm afraid I'm not very good at helping people with emotions, and Pip, while a wonderful conversationalist, I think she loses a few things or two when trying to talk to him.
That's fair. It's gonna be awkward when Elliot gets to that age.
I don't think he's going to be as awkward as Pip.
Well,
Kind of points at himself.
he might have a few quirks.
You're perfect. Don't ever change.
Gives you a thumbs up.
Elliot
Reach
might
on-
have a few quirks of his own. I might have to work through. But we'll get there when we get there, I suppose.
Daenerys reaches out and tussles Pip's hair just a little bit. And he gives him a happy smile. I'm still going to make a Pip in the box, an actual Pip in the box.
Gives you kind of a thumbs up. And goes back and picks up his mop and he keeps cleaning.
It's going to be
Find
good.
something to keep him busy. We don't have any customers out here. You're the first one in days.
Why'd you decide to come here? Just want to see it? To believe it?
Yeah, wanted to make sure the stories were true, and yep. Every man, woman, and child is gone.
Before we go, I think I want to check out this place just a little bit. While we're here.
Up to you.
Color me curious. Daenerys gets a mischievous smile on his face. He pulls out the snow globe and sets it onto the bar. Would you mind touching this, Tom?
Sure.
You
Kind
paid
of
a lot
picks it up.
What
much
color
did you
does it turn?
How much did you pay for that?
Not very much. It was a souvenir.
And as Tom is holding it, basically all of the snow in there starts to turn many different colors. Ooh, fascinating. Like it's just raining colors all over the spectrum.
I picked it up in Mitternacht. The entire city is made of this crystal where when you step on it, depending on what you are, it changes to different colors. Like say, for
of
example,
course.
drow footprints are black. My footprints are green. Elves are, I believe, red. Wolfgang's is white. But yours is fascinating.
Which is odd because we didn't see any actual humans there, did we?
Not that you're aware of.
I guess white is just for humans then.
Well, I don't know what blue was. I know that we saw a few hooded figures blue.
Yeah,
Undead
you're
don't
not
make
really
symbols.
sure what that would have been. Could have been human, could have been something else. They looked humanoid, though. Like they had human features. Yeah, when Tom holds it, it's like all sorts of different colors.
And your nods a couple times and he smiles. I saw it and I had to have it. I figured I could find a use for it.
Fun little doodad.
Indeed. There are shards of the actual city inside of it.
Well, if you wish to look around the city, feel free. We'll be heading out tomorrow at dawn. It's really nice to see the sun again.
I'll say. I don't want to see snow again for quite a while.
Yeah, it is dark out there, but there is kind of like a pink line on the horizon. You can tell that the sun went down not too long ago.
Hell of a day, boys. Hell of a day.
Hell of a trip. Glad it's over, but I get the sneaking suspicion that we'll be starting a new one here all too soon.
We're gonna head south after we check out this place a little bit. Bordeaux, the home of the jester.
So where do you wish to step out into Bordeaux?
I think I want to go to sleep, actually.
I think we
You
need.
heard Tom. He said they were going to head out in the morning.
You guys are heading out in the morning?
Yep, first light. Gonna lock up and head on our way.
Can we convince you to stay here one more day?
No,
Damn.
Nope.
I have a business to run after all.
Well, we've got diplomatic immunity from the Archmage, so we can come and go as we please. If we really want to check out Bordeaux on our own time, we can.
Oh, I'm coming back for sure. As much as the environment isn't amazing, these lands are spectacular and the people within them. You know, the things that we faced, we would have never faced back home.
That's true. I doubt anybody up north expected a Connolly to show up.
Let alone 3.
Hell of a trip.
So what's your guys' call for the evening? You guys gonna head to bed, or are you gonna...
Yep. Well, he's going to order himself another whiskey and then go to bed.
All right, you guys drink to your heart's content.
Asmo decides to go to the galaxy bath.
Oh yeah, you jump in, you step in there. It is just as awe-inspiring as the first time you went in, and as you soak in it, your scars begin to disappear, but this brand only appears to glow a little bit.
Figured.
And he has a big scar in his gut that never really goes away either, because
Yeah, that's an old one.
yeah.
But all of your new ones, the arrows and the, like, any lacerations you might have received during this adventure, like over the past couple of days, those are gone.
Asmo
And
just
your tooth actually starts to feel a little better too.
Thank God. Asmo just kind of like floats in the water with his hands behind his head, and
Wolfgang swirls his whiskey around in his glass. Denier,
Wolfgang.
you think he's mad I shot him in the face? Solomon, I mean.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think that he expected you to do so.
I don't think he expected it to hurt.
Yeah.
I know it did, though.
I mean, the look on his face was priceless. If you hadn't taken that shot, he motions to his staff, I would have hit him point blank with the biggest gem I have. Don't know what it does. Don't know what it would have done, but
Denier, it comes to your attention that you haven't checked for your gems since you left.
He'll reach into his bag, and he will pick up the bag, and he will open the lead case.
The gems glow violently bright. And I need you to make a wisdom check.
Uh-oh. Check or save?
Save.
Okay. 15.
As you feel a presence all around you, this deep, dark presence, this force, very much like what you felt when you were using the gem on the end of the staff, you start to see flashes of images blitz through your brain. You start to see blood. You see towns on fire. You see a swirling red tornado. And then, as your mind whirls around this torrent of this red, viscous miasma, you see horrific creatures. You hear people, women, children, all screaming. And as you fly through, at the very center of it, you see this tree. And as you fly down towards this tree, you see the blood eking out of each orifice. But I need you to make a perception check as you're flying straight towards this tree that's growing larger and larger.
Yeah, I was about to ask, do I know what town it is? 6.
You don't see, but one thing you do notice is as you feel yourself land in this puddle of blood beneath this gargantuan white tree, you don't feel yourself oozing away from the tree. You feel yourself getting sucked up into it.
Okay. Daenerys going to instinctively, as this is happening, he's going to try to throw up a shield.
Nothing happens.
Okay. He's going to attempt to pull back from it. He's going to try to mentally snap himself out of it. And as he does that, he just screams at it. What the fuck do you want from me?
Go ahead and try to make another wisdom save.
Okay.
As you begin feel yourself like being pulled up through these tangling roots. Finally,
15.
a 15 will not quite snap you out of it as you are pulled up towards this void-like hole at the center of its mass. You hear a voice echo through your brain.
Fear not for sniffen.
And you see a yellow dot with a black iris around it. And as the voice echoes through your mind,
There you are, there you are, there you are.
and you snap out, and you are in front of Daenerys, and you are in front of Wolfgang, who is still mid-conversation with you, as if nothing had gone by.
And I said, shoot her. I hardly know her. Near.
Daenerys catatonic right now. His eyes... Wolfgang, you've never seen fear in Daenerys' eyes like he's showing right now. He is completely unresponsive. And he's just muttering,
Daenerys.
There you are. There you are.
Do
There
I?
you are.
Can I make an insight check to see something with the crystals is influencing him?
Yeah, go ahead and roll insight with advantage.
18.
You noticed that the crystals flashed very quickly as he looked down towards them. You saw a pink floosh, and all of a sudden he just started staring forward, and then he just started muttering, There you are. There you are.
I walk up to him, I reel my hand back, and I smack him as hard as I can.
Daenerys topples to the ground, and he just lays
you
there
take take Wolfgang's strength damage, or strength and damage.
Oh, so you heal 1 point.
Oh, you have -1 strength?
I have -1 strength.
How does that happen? You take 1 strength damage.
Okay.
You take 1 bludgeoning damage.
My strength score is 8, so I have a negative modifier.
Gotcha. Okay.
Daenerys sits up slowly. His hands trembling as he grips the side of his face.
What's wrong? What happened, son?
I saw a town besieged by beasts covered in blood. I saw a tornado of blood, the tree standing over it. I saw women screaming, children crying, and it pulled me towards it. It saw me. It knows where I am. It saw me. It saw me!
Fascinating, Tom says, just kind of like looking over the desk, looking over the bar.
Tom, the boy's having a breakdown. Fascinating ain't the word for it.
Does he need another drink? I'm sorry.
Yeah, make him one. Daenerys.
Daenerys looks up slowly. His entire body is trembling.
I grab his head and I pull him into my chest. You're gonna be all right, son.
Daenerys wraps his arms around Wolfgang and he begins sobbing.
I ain't gonna let it hurt you. I ain't gonna let it hurt anyone.
Thank you.
As
He
the
just
camera
clings to Wolfgang.
as the camera pans back outside of the wandering weasel. And the camera fades to black as it pulls out over the town of Bordeaux with the two waterfalls slinking into the maw. And this is where we will end today's session.